What if one man could see every coin, every barrel, every breath of his empire without ever leaving his chair? Long before spreadsheets, before corporate software, before the word efficiency became an obsession, John D. Rockefeller built something invisible. A system so precise that even his rivals didn't understand why he always seemed to know more than anyone else. How did a bookkeeper's son turn ledgers into weapons? Every empire begins with conquest. Rockefeller's began with counting. In an age when most businessmen measured success by instinct and bravado, he measured everything, down to the last drop of oil, the last cent of freight cost. He didn't trust memory, he trusted math. Each refinery under Standard Oil kept daily journals, production, losses, wages, barrels shipped. Every number was copied, verified, and sent to headquarters. There, in a quiet office, a small team of clerks built what might be called the first corporate database in American history. He sat at his desk in silence, no cigar smoke, no laughter, no chaos, just numbers flowing like rivers through columns of ink. He could tell you, at a glance, which refinery wasted fuel, which shipment arrived late, which manager spent too much on nails. This wasn't bookkeeping, it was surveillance. And through it, Rockefeller achieved what no industrialist before him could: perfect visibility in an imperfect world. To most, oil was chaos, fire, mud, noise. To Rockefeller, it was data. He demanded daily reports, weekly summaries, monthly comparisons. Each refinery sent telegrams coded with prices, shipments, and profits. The data poured into Cleveland like blood through arteries. He built not a company, but a nervous system. Each number was a heartbeat, each ledger a memory. And at the center sat Rockefeller, listening. He had learned it young, from his mother, who demanded discipline, and from his father, who lived by cunning. Now he fused both, the honesty of detail and the cunning of foresight. He didn't just track numbers, he used them to predict. When crude prices dropped in Pennsylvania, he'd already adjusted shipments in Ohio. When rail costs rose in winter, he'd already hedged contracts months before. To him, the future was a ledger that hadn't yet been written. While competitors relied on rumor, Rockefeller relied on reports. They guessed, he calculated. By the time they realized he'd cut them under, he already knew their freight routes, their waste rates, even their credit with banks. It wasn't magic, it was information discipline. And discipline, he believed, was more powerful than genius. If railroads were his arteries, ledgers were his armor. He fought with figures, not bullets. Every quarter, his managers submitted reports detailing costs per barrel, per shipment, per worker. Those who failed to improve faced a polite letter of inquiry, then quiet removal. Efficiency was not requested, it was enforced. By 1878, his reports showed that some refineries wasted oil worth more than their profits. Within weeks, they were reorganized or erased. Numbers didn't lie, and neither did Rockefeller's patience. As Standard Oil grew, so did the system. By the early 1880s, he oversaw more than 70 refineries, pipelines across states, and fleets of rail cars, yet he ruled it all from a handful of rooms. His management structure became a model: clear reporting lines, standardized forms, internal audits, performance metrics. Today, we'd call it corporate governance. Back then, it was witchcraft. Rockefeller didn't just dominate oil, he invented modern management. He once said, "The man who starts out simply with the idea of getting rich won't succeed. You must have a larger ambition." That ambition for him was control. Not chaos, not competition. Control through understanding. His mother taught him that order was moral. His father taught him that information was power. Together, they shaped a man who saw management not as paperwork, but as destiny. Each column balanced, each page reconciled, was a step toward divine order. Inside his personal office lay one book few ever saw. It contained not just figures, but reflections. letters to himself about discipline, thrift, and duty. He tracked donations, savings, expenses, blessings. To Rockefeller, accounting was spiritual. Numbers were confessions. He believed a man who managed his own soul could manage an empire. But perfection has a cost. Clerks feared his silence. Managers dreaded his calm letters. Every error felt like sin. Standard Oil became a machine, efficient, tireless, emotionless. Yet beneath that order lay a kind of faith, that discipline could replace chaos, that precision could redeem greed. It was the faith of an accountant who believed that numbers, if pure enough, could reflect truth itself. He visited refineries rarely, but when he did, everyone noticed. He'd step quietly among pipes and boilers, jot a few notes, ask 3 questions, and leave. Within days, a report would arrive at headquarters correcting everything he had observed. He ruled not through fear, but through awareness. The mere knowledge that he knew was enough. While competitors struggled with wild prices, Standard Oil thrived on margins. Even a half-cent saved per barrel multiplied into millions. Every fraction mattered. Every column told a story of triumph or failure. Rockefeller's reports didn't just record history, they created it. He could see through the ink the next decision that would tilt an entire market. And because he measured everything, he controlled everything. By the time he was 40, Rockefeller was the system. The reports, the refineries, the managers, all functioned in rhythm with his habits. Wake at dawn, review figures, pray, decide. His handwriting became the pulse of Standard Oil, his precision its creed. No ruler in history had ever commanded an empire so quietly. Competitors accused him of deceit, manipulation, conspiracy, but they never understood his real secret: consistency. While they gambled on speculation, he built systems that made luck unnecessary. They fought the market, he measured it. Every evening he ended the day the same way, balancing his personal accounts, recording donations, thanking God for order. To him, each number was a moral architecture, proof that discipline could turn chaos into creation. In that quiet ritual, his empire found its rhythm, and America, unknowingly, inherited the logic of his ledgers. Today, every corporation, every spreadsheet, every quarterly report echoes his design. We call it management. He called it stewardship. He believed that success wasn't luck, but arithmetic blessed by faith. And though his fortune would one day divide the nation, his system would define it. Perhaps that's the real mystery. In chasing perfection through numbers, Rockefeller didn't just count his wealth, he counted his worth. Every empire leaves a monument. His was not built of stone or steel. It was written in ink, one quiet figure at a time.